Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Wednesday afternoon, July 24th, looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES&NQ. So, if you lost money today, or no, let me rephrase that. If you long the market today, then if you're in a trading room, you need to seriously consider why you're in that trading room, because you should not have been looking for a long at all today. If you're not in the trading room, I think you should come and join us here at Camelback Trading. Look, these days are rare. They're also the most accommodating days out there. And they're my favorite type of day. Because if you listen to what the market's telling you and what the market profile is showing you, it's really elementary to see that this market told you you should only look for shorts today. Okay? There was not one thing that told you to try to pick a bottom. I tell my room, you're going to pay for 10 years worth of my service for what I charge on a day like today if you just listen to me. I couldn't have said more times today, every time frame. Do not look for a long. You either look for a short. If you're not comfortable shorting it, you sit and you watch it for a while. But there is no way in the world you should look for a long. Plain and simple. Market was not telling you at any point today that they're going to turn around. Why not? Well, look what the market was doing today. I'm just putting this in different increments. First off, you had a large gap down. So at 9:15, when we got on the mic, I said the first thing, the odds of taking these gaps back today in ES&NQ are very slim. I'll never say none. It's not slim or none. It's never 0%. But I said early today, before the market even opened, I'd put the odds at 5% we fill this gap. So that's number one. Then we open. What did we do? Basically went straight down. We had no inventory adjustment. So we never saw the opening. That's number two why you shouldn't be looking for longs. Number three, B takes out the day's low and goes trend. That's number three why you shouldn't be looking for longs. Before we even did that, we have what I like to call the highest accepted price. B opened and only went up a little bit and then ripped down and went trend. We continued to push lower. Even when we had the afternoon rally high, you shouldn't have been looking for a long. You should have been looking for the short because it was going to be an afternoon rally high on a day like today. And in M period, I told the room, I rarely trade L and M. But I traded it. I said, if this market rallies too early in M, it is going to roll over. You're not going to take a day down 2% in ES and over 3.5% in NQ and rally it and push it higher. It is not going to happen. The odds are very, very slim. So I shorted it. I shorted the high of M. Too bad I didn't hold it. And I should have, because I said the odds of probing was still going to be good, even when we rallied. We held a triple distribution day today in ES and NQ. We hold large gaps in ES and NQ. We go out with price probes in ES and NQ. Righty goes out with an outside day down. They looked above and failed yesterday's high, and they closed below yesterday's low, and they go out with a double distribution day down. However, righty is still balanced on the daily. They will not be down until they get below Monday's low. I'm looking to see what low I would use. It might not even be Monday. It might even be this day, but at least Monday's low. Now, ES and NQ are both firmly down on, guess what? The weekly and daily. But here's something to keep in mind for everybody who's going to be calling the death of the bulls. This is only the second time. Listen to what I'm going to say. This is only the second time the entire year. We're 7 months into this year that we're down on the weekly in the ES. That's it. Only one other time. We went bull balance. Yes, finally we went down once. I think it was, I'm going to have to look. I think it was in April. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, in April. That was the only time we went down prior to today now, this week. And remember, we had an outside week down last week. Paying off pretty good. I'm not going to go over all my trades because all I did was short the entire day. I shorted an A period against the overnight low and the ebb and flow. I shorted B period on the turnover. When the market is very strong one way, the algos are going to fire on the 15-minute turnover and the half-hour turnover to the side the market's going. So you should have looked for shorts. I shorted C period against single prints and the IB low. D single prints. E, when they filled the single prints, I shorted it in NQ. Then I shorted H again for the afternoon rally high. One trade I missed, which ticked me off, was I period. I should have shorted against H's high. I didn't. And then I shorted K to fill the gap that NQ had. I shorted in L with the single prints. I shorted in M once we stopped the one-time framing and it looked like they were going to fill one set of single prints. So again, my best day in a long time by far, because these are my favorite days. This is such an accommodating day, and I hate to see people struggle on days like today, because you shouldn't. If you're in a room with somebody who's understanding the market, I hope they're telling you you should be looking for shorts in a nice, calm, easy manner. Right? It was a nice day today, but it wasn't crazy. It was orderly. The volume's only 60-something million. We're going to do average, whippy. I mean, these are the days you want to see 150 million on the tape. Well, right now we have 64 million. We're barely over average. And even triple Q's down 3.5%. Yes, they way over their average. They average 40. They're at 55 million. So that is better volume. But these are the days you want to see 100 million shares on the tape. So for my money's worth, especially in the S&P, it's short-term money selling it. Now, if NQ's volume continues to increase over the coming days, well, then we're going to have to put the possibility out there that maybe some long-term money is saying, all right, I want some out of these tech stocks still. That's a possibility, but remains to be seen. ES almost filled the rollover gap. I said this is the type of day you can possibly do it, but we were still $4 from filling it. Well, they got it down to $2.50. And NQ, which had a decent-sized gap from June, filled it. So I'm not going to go over all the destinations because I put it in big increments. But seriously, I would love for people to come and check us out. There's so many price points we offer at camelbacktrading.org. Monthly, quarterly, yearly, for military personnel. Come join a room that has been in these markets since 1983. I'm not proud of that because I'm old, but over 40 years. And we do it in a very nice and calm manner to help you understand why and what the market is doing. We're not just screaming, I'm short, I'm long. We're explaining to you before it happens what we're looking for and why. And then on the charts, now again, I will not be here Friday, so there'll be no videos on Friday. So here's the weekly. So here's the only time in 24 that the weekly was down. Everything else was up, balance, up, except for this 1 week. Then we had the inside week, came firmly into balance, and we went back up again. So this is the first time since April, and only the second time all year, the weekly is down. And then on the daily, we're firmly down. We're below the 20, and we closed just below the 50-day moving average in SPY today. Now again, 1 day doesn't make a market. This gap is certainly, just like this gap up here was our main focus, never filled it. Well, now we have another big one here. So again, the question is, are we going to pick up other time frame sellers? Remember these gaps from last year in October, November, how strong they were. We never came back and touched them. That showed you that long-term money was buying and we started going higher. Now, this certainly isn't long-term money selling it. But if we start getting any kind of real volume to the downside, then it could tell us that maybe the winds are shifting and the high for the year, at least for now, could be in. But still way too early for me to to sign the bull's debt certificate. Hope you had a good day trading. I hope you stayed safe. Enjoy your evening, rest up, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.